The last long weekend of summer is upon us, and I want to know, what are you going to do with it? Hello again, and welcome back to another episode of Wisconsin's Outdoor Explorer podcast. I am your host, Jason. Before we get started today, I want to remind you that we do have a Facebook group, and I want to invite you to join that Facebook group and share your experiences of being in the outdoors in Wisconsin and share some of the places you love. Share your videos, share your pictures. Let's try to make this a community that we can grow and really celebrate what Wisconsin outdoors is all about. And so go to the Facebook page and, click on the groups link and you'll find us out there, or just search, Wisconsin's Outdoor Explorer group. Check it out, sign up, and let's build the community about being one of Wisconsin's outdoor explorers. So Labor Day is coming up, and most of us, I think, look at that as the unofficial end to summer. I mean, how many times in the last few weeks have you said, where's the summer gone? I know I have, and I've said that probably more than a couple times. Summer does go by pretty quickly, and if you're busy, it makes it feel like it goes by even faster. I mean, weekends are full, weekdays are full. You're trying to soak up as much of that summer sun as you can and get as many things done and seen as possible. And you know what they say, time flies when you're having fun, and that is no more true than during the summertime. But when you think about it, summer goes by quickly because it's relatively a short season for us here in Wisconsin. When you think about how fortunate we are to have the 4 seasons, you break that down, that's only 3 months, and that's what summer is. It's June, July, and August for us. We do get some warmer days in September and early May, but for the most part, summer is over after Labor Day. And when you get a summer like we've had this year, it's kind of been a little confusing. I mean, we've had a lot of rain this summer, more rain than I can remember from past summers, and really we've only had a few weeks where it was hot enough that you had to kick the air conditioner in. So it's been kind of an up and down, wet, damp, kind of cool, and then we'd get some hot days, summer. So you really had to take complete advantage of getting out this summer and enjoying the weather when it was good. I'm not complaining because I had a great summer. I really enjoyed my summer this year. We did a lot of new things. My daughters experienced some things that they've never done. And as far as I'm concerned, even after Labor Day, summer still continues for a few weeks at least. Like I said, there's still chances for us to get into the 80s. And I remember a few years ago, we took a trip down to Devil's Lake, and that was like mid to late September, and went for a hike, and it was like 90 degrees. And the place was packed and people were swimming. So don't worry, just because Labor Day's coming, there's still summer left. We all try to hang on to that summer as long as we can, I think. And at least we know summer's not completely done yet, or at least that's what I'm telling myself, so I can hang on to it as long as possible. I find the older I get, the more I enjoy the summer months and the things that you're able to do and get out and see and experience the things that Wisconsin really has to offer. But if you have been paying any attention at all, you're going to notice that fall is starting to creep in. Our nights have been cooler. You get up in the morning and you get that cool, crisp air. You know the ones I'm talking about. The humidity's down. It's, 40 degrees in the morning, and you can just feel the difference in temperature and in the way the air feels on your face in the morning. And it's just crisp and cool, and it just says fall is upon us. And for those of you like in the Northwoods, I was up to Ashland County here a couple of weeks ago, and we noticed the trees are starting to change. There's a few early changers, even in central Wisconsin here. I've noticed some of the trees along the roadways, they're starting that early change already. So, ready or not, summer is over and fall is on its way. It's that reason that I feel it's important to get out and really enjoy this last long week of summer. It's Labor Day weekend coming up, and we need to take full advantage of what Labor Day has to offer us as far as that last hurrah of summer. But before I get started, I want to talk a little bit about Labor Day and a little bit of its history. I think sometimes we lose a little bit about what Labor Day is about. I mean, we all understand Memorial Day and obviously the 4th of July and all those other holidays that we celebrate. But I think we kind of get lost a little bit about what Labor Day is and how it all started. Now, I went online, I went to history.com, looked it up, and according to history.com, this is what it says. Labor Day was created to pay tribute to the contributions and achievements of American workers and is traditionally observed on the first Monday in September. It was created by the labor movement in the late 19th century and became a federal holiday in 1894. Labor Day weekend also symbolizes the end of summer for many Americans and is celebrated with parties, street parades, and athletic events. And that last part about the celebrating with parties, street parades, and athletic events, that's the part that I want to encourage you to do this Labor Day weekend. There are a ton of things going on this weekend, and I want you to be a part of a few of the things. I mean, think about it. We all work hard at our jobs, whether you work in a factory, an office, in the outdoors, or even at home as a parent. And I know how tough that can be. This weekend is for everybody, and we should all enjoy it. There's so much to celebrate on Labor Day, and all the hard work and everything we do kind of comes to a head here on this last unofficial weekend of summer, and it's a great time to get out and, in my opinion, really enjoy the Wisconsin outdoors, especially now that we start feeling that cooler fall air. And again, there's so many things going on. There's parades, there's festivals, there's baseball games that are coming to an end. I mean, there's just so much, and I just want to encourage you to get out there and try it. Try new things. Get out and see something you haven't seen this weekend, and go to places that you've never been. Just get out and experience Wisconsin at its absolute peak, in my opinion. The summer going into fall is one of my favorite times of year. I mean, the heat and humidity is usually gone. Don't get me wrong, we still get it once in a while, but for the most part, it's really gone. And that feeling of fall is in the air, and you know, it's a little bit like spring, in my opinion, because you go from that winter and you start feeling that warm spring air, and it's really refreshing. And when you get into summer, you get some of that oppressive humidity, high dew points where you just walk outside and you're sweating. And when you get into that late summer, early fall, when that weather's a little bit cooler, you get that refreshing feeling again. I mean, it makes going on hikes and bike rides so much more enjoyable when it's a little bit cooler, not so humid, and the sun's not beating down on you quite so much. It's just a more enjoyable time to be outside. And there's just, again, so much you can do. Get out there and see some parks and go for a hike or pick a trail you've never been on, or, you know, go see a baseball game if you haven't been to one yet this year. You know, we're fortunate the Brewers play until September, so there's opportunities to get down there, and, you know, they leave the roof open on beautiful days, so you can still take in that beautiful, you know, crisp late summer air. If you're heading up north, notice how the trees are changing. Notice how they start up there and it moves its way south, and just think that it's only going to be a few more weeks, and then the colors will be down into central Wisconsin and then finally southern Wisconsin. So if you're up north, note those tree colors and share that. You know, that's a great thing to share on our group page is getting out there and taking some pictures of those early fall colors and sharing it with them. You're going to start to notice the birds are gathering. We've noticed in our yard a lot more sandhill crane activity going on. And they're getting ready to migrate. They're going to get ready to migrate south for the winter. So, you know, if you're a bird watcher, a bird lover, you know, get them feeders full, keep them full for a little bit yet, because, you know, they're going to still need that energy to make that long trip south. And you're going to notice the birds come back, and you're going to notice them gathering, and you're going to notice them starting to leave. You're going to notice Canadian geese starting to fly over. So there's opportunities there for you to enjoy the bird watching that's left until the summer birds move out and you see more of the winter birds. The transition from summer to fall is it's really one of my favorites. I enjoy it more than the transition from winter to spring. I enjoy the refreshing cool air. I enjoy the colors that come with fall and all the things that come with fall. The harvest, it's a celebration of all the hard work that we've been doing all year, all summer long. And that's what Labor Day is about. It's about celebrating all that hard work. If you're a farmer, if you're, like I said, in the corporate world, if you're blue collar, white collar, it doesn't matter. This is a time for all of us to celebrate and enjoy. I really want you to get out there and just do something fun this weekend. We all know that winter is right around the corner. I know some of you don't want to hear that. And winter can be long, it can be dreary, it can be cold. You're going to need that smile on your face sometimes in the middle of winter, and you're going to want to look back and remember some of the things you did on the Labor Day weekend to look forward to that next Labor Day. Make the most out of this last long weekend of summer. It should be important to you. I know it's important to me. I'm going to try to get my girls out and get my family out as much as I can this weekend so that we can pick up a few more adventures that I can share with you on the podcast here. Don't look at Labor Day as just a few extra days off. Look at it as an opportunity for you to get out and be one of Wisconsin's outdoor explorers. Thanks again for joining me on this week's episode. I am your host, Jason, and I will talk to you again next week. Thanks for listening to the Wisconsin's Outdoor Explorer podcast. For more great information about being an outdoor explorer, visit our website at wisconsinsoutdoorexplorer.com. Be sure to check out the blog page and follow us on social media. And don't forget to subscribe to this podcast wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.